Gigabyte Grizzly Brohema, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. If I see you without one, I'm gonna kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fight Council meeting. There's a new guy in town here showing up once again, myself, the Fight Director, Paul Atlas. I am back and live and in living color with all of you folks after somewhat of a lengthy absence between the holidays and some business that I had to take care of. I would like to thank my council members for doing their best to hold down the fort in my absence. But
Paul,
I am back. Yes,
Paul,
sir.
you're welcome. You're welcome. And quite honestly, if you're looking for a full-time replacement, I think I pretty much nailed the audition. If I do say so myself.
I didn't even get my audition. I got bumped. I was supposed to do it tonight anyway.
Wait a second. Bumped. Dash, you had 300 less viewers than I did when I hosted. So
no, you're not counting my Roku numbers.
I'm just saying I didn't even get a chance.
10 million viewers on Roku.
Me and Potter didn't get a chance.
That's how many.
Okay, I'm sure.
All right,
it's gonna watch mine.
It's nice to see some things just don't change. But anyway, no worries about any of that. I am back. I am alive and well. Much rumors of my demise were highly overrated. Let's put it that way. So we're going to get back into things here and begin to talk about all things Fight Underground. The first and foremost thing I am going to bring up is Justin Idol has fulfilled one of the stipulations of this big trade agreement that he has done over the last several weeks, and that is he has come to financial terms with Big Twan Tucker, and he has signed this man to Fight Underground and has immediately turned him over to Boomer Pain. So as you can see, we have a small video package of this young man.
Wow, what a huge acquisition for Boomer.
Yes, Indeed. Let me give you a little bit of background on Mr. Tucker. He is 24 years of age, trained by none other than Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Over 330 pounds. He has been on NXT along with Adam Cole and his trainer. He has also been the UXWA champion in Ohio and is a major force on the AIW roster in Ohio. Robert Parker Williams, my man, you chimed in first. Let's get your thoughts on what Justin has done for Boomer Payne, essentially.
I think Justin just shot himself in the foot. I'm surprised by it too, because of Twan being such a huge star in the Cleveland area. Why would you want to give up somebody that massive? I think it's going to make things more interesting to see what Boomer's going to do with him. I mean, God, he just skyrocketed himself into the top of the on top of the list with the biggest signee in Fight Underground history.
I mean, yeah, right now we're talking about a national star without a doubt. This man has got a lineage, obviously, in the trainers. Gargano and LeRae. Bubba Brewer, my man. I know you thought you were hosting tonight. Sorry, buddy.
That's okay.
But we still want to hear we still want to hear your thoughts.
My thoughts are just going rampant right now. How does this happen? Boomer just sits back and he got himself just a 4-star at stud. And I just don't. I'm speechless. I got nothing to say right now because I'm speechless because it just seems to happen to everybody else. So I don't got much to say, Paul.
I mean, it's definitely a blue chip athlete like no other so far in Fight Underground, and that's saying something with the talent roster that we have here tonight. Stacy Hunter, let's get your thoughts on the Justin Idol move that benefits Boomer Payne.
Justin has to have something up his sleeve with this. I just cannot see Justin signing such a huge talent and giving him away like that. I mean, this is a huge acquisition for Fight Underground and for Boomer Payne. I can only think that Justin has something planned.
Well, I mean, let's face it, he's fulfilling his obligation. So I don't know what he could possibly, unless there's some other backdoor dealings in the works here that I don't know about. I mean, all the contracts come across my desk.
I wouldn't put anything past Justin at this point. I mean, look what he's done so far. It would be just like Justin to sign this guy, hand him over, and then have this guy somehow screw Boomer in the process.
Anything's possible with Justin Idol. That is definitely for sure. But I wouldn't sell Boomer Payne exactly short either. I mean, Boomer's a longtime vet, and he's got a heck of a mind for the business. So I guess only time will tell as to what is really going down there. Now, Dash Bennett joining us here again tonight. Dash, I mean, let's talk about this, man. This is huge for Fight Underground.
Yeah, and regardless about how I may feel about Justin Idol, my hat's off to him for negotiating that deal and signing that talent. I mean, wow, what can you say about that? Here's what I think, though. If I'm Justin Idol, I mean, if I'm Boomer Payne, I have to be thrilled. I have to be so happy at this. And if I'm Justin Idol, I want to keep Boomer happy at least until he comes collecting on that favor, because who knows if Boomer's feeling a certain kind of way. It could be bad news for Idol when he comes collecting.
Yeah, that's true. Who knows what's going to happen now? I mean, we're going to get into a recap in the finals of Area 2 tonight, and with this coming down, Area 3 just got a whole hell of a lot more interesting. That is without a doubt. I mean, the signings, the matches that are being put out there as possibilities to me, the contracts that I've seen.
Speaking of Paul, let's talk about the match that I threw out there last week, Tatiana and Scarlett.
It's very intriguing to me. I've been putting some thought into it.
It took me to actually get her intensity 2 weeks ago to actually get these matches done.
Oh, Bubba, you're starting to sound like Dash tonight with all.
I'm not trying to sound like anybody, Stace. I'm the one that said it.
How dare you compare me to Bubba? How dare you?
Please don't. I'm the one that said it. That's what showed. That's why she went and wanted to face Scarlett. And actually, speaking of Scarlett, some video. Paul, did you see this video this week?
I didn't get a chance to see it, but I heard it was out there.
Yeah, way out there.
I did actually have a chance to watch Tatiana on our broadcast. That was one council meeting I was able to catch during my time out, and Tatiana, without a doubt, impressed me. She showed some fire that, like Bubba said, we've been trying to maybe see from this young lady. And Stacy, I can tell you this right now. Next week, I will have a major announcement concerning Tatiana Rose. So
she's coming to my team.
No,
She's coming
she's
to my
not.
team. Well,
Thank
she
you,
should.
Paul.
She should, Paul, because I'm the one that's shown. She's shown the world her intensity due to me. I brought it out in her. So if that's going to be the announcement, next week should be.
I'm going to have to agree with you, Bubba. I mean, you coached her into showing us some intensity,
You
some
know,
fire.
Bubba, you're really starting to piss me off. Just sit there, shut up.
Join the club.
Thank you
Stacey.
very much, Paul, for taking this into consideration.
and again, this will be a blockbuster announcement of I'm going to say epic proportions, and it's going to turn Fight Underground probably a little bit upside down, and that's all I'm going to say about it. So you're going to have to tune in next week to see exactly what that announcement is going to be. So we're going to continue on right now. I would like to again go round table here, and we want to kind of recap Area 2 before we get into the finals that we saw this past week. I want to get everyone's thoughts overall on what how they thought Area 2 went, the good, the bad, the ugly. So I'm going to start with you, Stacy Hunter. Give your thoughts and opinions on Area 2.
Well, for Team Hunter, it wasn't exactly a great showing, but I think overall it was a fantastic Area 2. We had a lot of Match of the Year candidates, and I really think we put FU on the map with this Area 2.
Okay, I tend to agree with that. We had a lot of high intensity matches, that's for sure. A lot of people who we thought were going to do big things and fell flat on their face. We had the unfortunate injury to loss prevention. Can't forget that. I know you've been giving weekly updates, Stacy, on loss prevention. I actually ran into him prior to the holidays. He seemed to be in good spirits, I'll say that much. So moving on now, Dash Bennett, I want to get your thoughts on some of what went down in Area 2. You had some things go on, some good, some bad, some were kicking the nuts, so to speak. So let's get your thoughts.
I was pretty happy with everything going on with Area 2 until this week. My man John Roden had made it all the way to the finals, and then I'm at a loss for words as to what happened in that final match. Quite frankly, John Roden was screwed out of the victory.
How's it feel?
Feels pretty shitty. Thanks for asking, Bubba.
You're welcome.
Well, let's not forget the transition, if you will, of Sean Resnick. Your big bat that you brought in. How'd that work out for you?
I've already forgotten about him. He's meaningless to me.
That's working out fantastically for me.
Oh, I'm sure it is, Stacy.
Uh,
I'm sure Team Hunter smells a lot better now.
oh, shut up.
At least he's taking it like a champ, Stace. At least he's taking it like a champ.
Taking it like the little bitch that he is.
RPW, you're having a hard time holding it in there, buddy. Let's get your thoughts on Area 2.
I damn near choked on my water. Area 2 is fantastic. I was not present for Area 1. I came on board in the transition from 1 to 2, and I was absolutely impressed by everything. Granted, Mike Law, the Colossal One, he made it to round 2, and I couldn't be more proud of the showing that he gave everybody. I thought he tore the house down. John Roden, he was the better man. And I congratulate him for making it all the way to the finals. The overall area was just fantastic. There was some great matches. I mean, each match just got better as the area started showing off these matches. So I'm very impressed with everything. I agree with Stacy. I think Area 2 put FU on the map, and I think it'll continue to make waves in Western Pennsylvania and all across the United States. So kudos to everybody involved. You guys showed and you proved why we've put you in these matches, why we've given you this spotlight, and kudos again. Let's give it up for all the guys that took part in Area 2. Congratulations to everyone.
Yeah, and you know, I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring for Mike Law. I mean, let's face it, the beginning, you know, his opening match against the masked icon, who I called the wild card in the whole thing because nobody really knew anything about the man. And you know, unfortunately for you, Stace, he came up way short in Area 2, and that catapulted Mike Law into that match with John Roden. You know, I think there was the size difference was a little too much for Mike. You know, I know with the pandemic and everything, some of our athletes weren't able to train the way they would like to have. But that given, and that being said, I think all of our athletes came in and I'm going to agree so far with everybody who said that. I mean, they all tore the house down. It was a barn burner from start to finish. There's no two ways about that. Bubba Brewer, I want to get your thoughts on Area 2. You had some good things, some bad things go on as well.
Well, Paul, my man Zach Rain was not 100%, and we're not going to dwell on that. And he did everything he possibly could in that ring. And I would like to see a rematch with him and Lawless in the future. The Area 2, as being an ex-owner of a company and a promoter myself, every match in Area 2 was a main event, I believe. Every match was a main event, and it will skyrocket Fight Underground into where it needs to be in the area and in the United States as a whole. Any of those guys, any given night, can go 1, 2, 3. Any of those guys.
Yeah, and I feel just like I said, like every one of the council members here, that Area 2 without a doubt delivered. You know, when Quinn Magnum and myself originally sat down, and you know, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. This is the vision of Quinn Magnum. Don't make any mistake about that. I was asked to come along and help him expand upon this vision, as was each and every one of my council members. And when we first talked about it, that is what we talked about. We wanted a promotion. We wanted a company that is what I've said from day one is the next big thing, not just in Pittsburgh indie wrestling, but in indie wrestling across the country. And between Area 1 and Area 2, I personally feel that has delivered. And to be honest with you,
they were hungry. Area 2 workers, all those guys were way more hungry than I've ever seen in a long, long time. Sure. So if that's what it's going to be now, everybody's going to come and bring their A game to any area that we have. That's what they're going to have to do.
I can't wait to start putting Area 3 together, to be honest with you, because from what I've seen so far between Area 1 and Area 2, Fight Underground is what we say it is. I mean, we're not just blowing smoke up people's asses and trying to pretend we're a much bigger entity than we are. I mean, are we the top of the mountain? No, not yet. Yeah, we're still a young company, not even a year old. But we're getting there, and we're slowly progressing there. And each and every time we come out to an area, you know, we burn the house down. There are two ways about that, you know, and we will fight anywhere, as we've proven, and we will bring talent in from everywhere. I mean, Area 2 was a prime example of that with, you know, even though he fell short, the masked icon, and even bringing in somebody like MK Bandit, who is a national managerial talent. This man signs talent all over the country, and he came to Fight Underground to compete. He brought a competitor to Fight Underground. Didn't work out the way maybe but he wanted it or Stacy wanted it, but let's face it, we're drawing this kind of talent to Fight Underground. So I can't wait to see you know, the emails and the direct messages that I get when we start to look at talent for Area 3 and who wants to be involved in Area 3. because in my mind from day one, I've said it, Fight Underground's the place to be if you want to be in indie wrestling. There's just no two ways about that. So now I want to wrap up a little bit of Area 2, and we need to talk about the finals that we just saw. And of course, that was the match between the Beastman and John Roden. Obviously, I was there to call the match. It was a hard-hitting match between two just absolute beasts, no pun intended. But I mean, they're heavy hitters, man. Two guys in that 250 to 300 plus pound range, and they went at it like a couple of freight trains. Beastman obviously being the winner of Area 2 and moving on to the championship round, so to speak, as we are hoping in Area 3. We want to crown the Alpha King champion in Area 3. And, we've got the Beastman, who is just a phenomenal. I mean, this guy is all over the country as well. I know he was just in Dallas this past weekend, competing. He's come so far since beginning his career. And now he's right there, top of the mountain right now in Fight Underground, as he is the winner of Area 2. So I congratulate the Beastman. I'm taking nothing away from John Roden. Just wasn't his night. I look forward for John Roden to do big things in Fight Underground. I know I talked to him a little bit after that match, and he was a little dejected. Obviously, he wanted to win the area, but he's hungry. He wants to come back to compete in Fight Underground, which is a spectacular thing. Dash, he was your iron in the fire. So let's get your thoughts.
I can't wait to hear this.
Let's get your thoughts on how it went down, Dash.
I mean, like I said, he got screwed out of a victory. Things were going great. He was holding his own. He was taking the fight to Beastman, and then Justin Idol decides to get involved. I'm speechless, and I want to know what's going to be done about it, because if I remember correctly, when Sean Resnick got involved in Behemoth versus Justin Idol, you guys were crucifying me left and right. Now all I hear is silence. I want to know what's going to be done about this.
Well, it's interesting you should say that. I believe we have a clip from Justin Idol that he sent into our FU studios. Sorg, if you have that clip for me, give me a cue. Let me know. I'd like to play that right now if we can.
Hello, my name is Justin Idol, and I'm here right now because as of late, I have been receiving many emails, many messages, and just in general threats and just mean words and horrible things are just being said about me, and I need to just clear the air. You see, a lot of people, the Fight Underground fans, and my fellow council members, have a problem with the way that the Area 2 finals played out. I got a little excited. I jumped up on the apron out of excitement, pure energy and excitement, and I just didn't know what to do with it. And I got a little overzealous, I will admit. But I did not lay one finger on John Roden. Is he not a professional? Could he not handle a little distraction? I did not touch the man. These are things he should always be prepared for. My man, the Beast Man, won that match fair and square. He is the Area 2 champion. But you people just have a problem with me and my beast. What's wrong with being out there to support your guy? What's wrong with that? I'm out there supporting my beast. Where was Dash Bennett? I didn't see him anywhere. Roden, instead of focusing all your attention on us, and you the fans, and you also the council members, instead of focusing on us, maybe you should be focusing on that. The Beast Man. Area 2 champion. You guys should really just stop being mean to me now. Knock it off!
Okay. Dash, I don't know if you got any answers out of that. Justin seems to be transforming into some type of beast man with that gnarly little beard he's got going there. But I don't know, Dash, did you get the answer you wanted?
No, I didn't. I shouldn't have to explain myself to anyone as to where I was.
Where were you?
I was in the
2.
building.
Well, you should have been at least pretty close to ringside supporting your guy in the Area 2 finals.
Hey,
That's the
Roden.
problem. That's the problem with him. And I don't agree with a lot of things Justin said. But as I watched the tape today, he just jumped on the ring apron. He never touched anybody. Okay. And I appreciate supporting your guys, which I do. I support my team. I don't go out and cause trouble or have somebody else cause havoc in other matches. So Dash,
Yeah.
this is just
And
just
And
karma.
Sean Resnick didn't touch Brohemoth yet. Again, everyone was jumping on me for that. Where's that outrage now?
It's karma, Dash.
It's karma.
I'm not
Are you saying-
outraged.
Are you saying that John Roden deserved what he got? Is that what you're saying, Bubba? Are you saying he was asking for it?
No, I didn't say that. I just said, hey, he has
That's
to
exactly what you're saying.
be- No, I
Oh,
don't-
wait. Maybe what he's saying, Dash, is, John Roden was your heavy hitter, and, you took your eye off the ball. You
didn't
weren't
even-
there for the big match.
Paul, he didn't even try to use Dash's finisher in that Area 2 final. I watched it. So, Dash, why wouldn't you have your man use your final to win the Area 2 championship like that?
The match would have went long enough, he would have.
Oh, come
Instead,
on.
he got hit. Instead, he got hit by a foreign object. Now, what kind of justice is that? What kind of fair fight is that?
Nothing's fair in life, Dash. You should know that.
Oh, like I said, that was your heavy hitter, Dash. Maybe if you were at ringside instead of Justin Idol and you didn't take your eye off the ball, things might have ended up a little bit different.
So now it's my
What?
fault, not Beast Man's, not Justin Idol's, but it's Dash Bennett's fault.
Beastman don't know what end is up. Come on, the guy's a savage, for God's sake. As far as a foreign object goes, I'm pretty sure that's an American bone that he stripped the meat off of before he hit him with.
Look, Dash, all I'm saying is, why weren't you down by ringside to cheer on John Roden? You didn't have to interfere or anything, just to support him. He wasn't there. I can say I'm always around the ringside supporting my guys. It doesn't matter win, lose, or draw, because it's not about me, Dash. It's about the team and the guys that are wrestling for me.
Yeah, well, I don't have to explain myself to anyone. Certainly not you, Bubba.
Well, I have to agree with Bubba. Come on, guys, it's about the talent. Let's face it. That's what this is all about.
Oh
again,
my God. I am so freaking sick and tired of this. Every week, it is the same bullshit. It is the same meaningless chatter, mostly with Dash running his mouth, instead of us talking about what we should be talking about, and that is the talent.
Well, go ahead, Stace. The floor is yours.
You know what? I'm going and doing my own thing. I have all but signed another talent. Okay? And this is not going to be a masked debacle like before, trust me. I am going to turn FU upside down with this. So the meaningless little chatter between the boys, done. Let's get back to talking about what we should be talking about, and that is the in-ring competition.
All right, well, go ahead. The floor is yours. Talk about Beastman and John Roden.
I think that match was great. Like I said earlier, we have another match of the year candidate. Dash, I am really surprised he was not at ringside. After all the yapping that he's been doing over the past couple weeks, I expected him to be right there up Roden's ass. Justin never laid a hand on anybody. So, yeah, I don't think Justin did anything wrong.
He did plenty wrong, and you know it.
He did nothing wrong. Shut up.
Oh, fight nice, kids. Fight nice. I think that match was brutal. Paul, that match was just so – I've never seen a match that brutal in a long time.
I was
I-
sitting in the back of the building, and the shots from where I was sitting were so loud that it was almost deafening.
Oh, I agree, Potter.
Like I had said, these were two freight trains without a doubt on a collision course. Regardless of who jumped up and exhibited excitement or overzealousness or whatever, well, you have to. I personally would put that match in any building in the country as a main event match. Hopefully in the near future, FU is going to be able to go live, and in front of a crowd. It's something we're hoping to, we're trying to work on for 2021, obviously. All right, somebody thought it was funny, but okay. But all kidding aside, that is a match that I would, without a doubt, I would main event that anywhere. And
John
RPW,
Roden, John Roden's tenacity of not getting the three and getting his shoulders up and just fighting every ounce that he had. I give props to John Roden, because the Beastman with one chop put the Juggernaut to the canvas in one chop. I was like, holy shit, one chop.
I will say this: John Roden, he had something to prove. That's why he made it to the finals. What I think happened with him was that he went a little too hard in the beginning. I think he exhausted himself trying to do things that he probably shouldn't have, to try to take the Beastman off his feet. Should have worked a little bit quicker, worked around him, weaken the Beastman before he tries to go right for the power. I know he had something to prove, like I said earlier, but I just think it was a rookie mistake. And Dash, if you were ringside, I think it would have been something that you could have easily cleared up. So I hate to say this, we've agreed on a lot of things over the past several weeks, but I'm going to disagree with you that I think if you were present, and I think if you were in his corner, just like any good corner man would have done, you would have talked him into working a different strategy.
Because he was trying to
And
outpower.
I'm sure if I wasn't ringside, everyone would be jumping on me, because who knows what the outcome would have been with Justin, with Beastman, with that bone. Somehow it would have got blamed on me anyways.
But why did you take the chance? I don't understand why you didn't take the chance.
Like I said, Bob, I don't have to explain myself to anyone.
Well,
Certainly
nobody
not you.
explains anything to me, but you're filled with excuses, I believe.
I mean, let's face facts. How many times in a match that John Roden is in do you say he was actually the smaller man? That doesn't happen very often in this man's career. But in this match, he was the smaller man, and I see exactly what you're saying here, RPW. It's John Roden depended on that power that he usually has by always being the bigger man in the match and being able to overpower his opponent. And, let's face it, you can say what you want. Weight room strength and brute force are two different things. John Roden has weight room strength. Beastman is just a brute. He's just a bruiser. There's not a lot of weight training involved in his repertoire, I'm sure, but he is
He's just a mass amount of humanity.
Exactly. And, he had the size on John Roden. John Roden went with a strategy that I'm sure works for him every time, maybe with a little bit different guidance. He could, have come in there again, like we said, with a little bit different strategy. Not Dash goes, oh, you're blaming me again. No, dude, let's face facts. You've got to come up with a winning strategy each and every time you enter the ring. Bob, I'm going to get to you in a second, brother.
Okay.
And in this particular case, the John Roden game plan is never going to work against a guy like Beastman. So I think that's where John Roden fell short in this match. Now, Bubba, go ahead. Go ahead and interject.
I just want to say this real quick. Like, we know power on power, but why did you tell your man to use your finisher as quick as that match started to get done and get it over quickly? I mean, he didn't even try for it. Like, I would have had my guy try for that. At least if something would have happened and he would have got it, and then 1, 2, 3. You know, if this maneuver, your finisher is so devastating, Dash, that you taught John Roden, why didn't he try to attempt it in the first 30 seconds or minute of that match to hurry up and try to get a win quickly?
Well, because we already used that strategy in the match against Mike Law. And that was a smart strategy. But against Beastman, we had to go about it a different way. And had Justin Idol not gotten involved and had Beastman not used that foreign object, we would have got to that point.
Oh my God, with the excuses. That's all
you
you
know.
ever have is excuses.
I'm sorry. Did Beastman did Beastman pin him clean in the middle of the ring? No. He cheated. He used a foreign object. And I'm pissed off about it. And I rightfully so.
And how many times did you use a foreign object in your career? I can remember taking brass knuckles to ringside more than one occasion.
Yeah. What's your point?
So
Again, are you
do it.
saying that this was justified? Are you saying that John Roden deserved it?
No,
Maybe.
but you didn't tell your man to win by any means necessary, Dash, and that cost you an area.
No, I
Exactly.
didn't tell him to cheat. He would have listened if I would have anyways. I tried that the first time we met. He wasn't gonna do that. So we had to explore something else. I'm sorry that he's an upstanding citizen. I'm sorry he's virtuous. I'm sorry he is a clean-cut babyface. And that's not good
sorry
enough
he's
for the
with
rest
you.
of you.
I'm sorry
with
the
you.
fans have to listen to that bullshit that just came out of your mouth. Oh my God.
I think what it comes down to, again, I was not on for how we usually talk about the match before it happens. So let me give a little bit of what my insight would have been about that is, in my mind, it comes down to coaching. Bubba, I'm sorry, I'm going to use this analogy, but let's face it, the Steelers got beat by a coach who had COVID and was hiding in his basement. So, if the coaching
you're
ain't
down
there,
28 points, Paul, what are you going to do? I
Yeah.
agree with you. And
if the,
you lose focus. If you don't have focus, you do not win championships. So Dash
John-
lost focus.
John Roden did what John Roden knew how to do. I'm not blaming John Roden for doing what he does best. But what I'm saying is that was probably not the best strategy. And it comes down to coaching. It comes down to coaching is where it's at. You got to coach your guys up. You got to prepare for what's going on. And I mean, hey, in wrestling, it's not, sometimes it's different than other sports. Football, you got a week to prepare for your next opponent. Sometimes, when we're running these areas, you got 5 or 10 minutes to prepare for your next opponent. The reason we have these teams and teams leaders is because we have council members who have been around the block, who have been there, done that. And we've placed you guys as coaches to help these fighters become the best that they can be. So in my mind, it comes down to coaching for each and every one of you and each and every one of your teams. If you're not coaching them up, shit like what happened to John Roden, and again, I'm not saying he deserved it, but he went in with the wrong game plan. And again, Dash might as well have been hiding in his basement with COVID because it didn't work out for him.
Well, we don't have to. We can do the coaching by the ringside. We don't have to get involved, Dash. You can sit there and believe me, at that area too, I was the biggest cheerleader anybody ever seen down there cheering my man on. And I will do that for every man on my team. So it ain't about me interfering, and I don't want to interfere, okay? I want to cheer and guide my people to where they need to go. And all as I'm saying, as I said it twice tonight, is where were you? You wasn't there, and you lost focus, because I think you already think you had this in the bag. That's probably why maybe he wasn't there. Don't be upset with me.
I'm just glad that we clarified that John Roden lost because of my coaching and not for any other reason.
No, I mean, he's on your team, Dash. You're the coach. Did you put a game plan together for him? I mean, this is the guy that you brought in to Fight Underground because you said he was going to take over Fight Underground. He was going to be the big thing in Area 2. And I'm not saying he was not a top-notch performer, because John Roden is. What I'm saying is this was your horse. This was your king horse. Okay. Did you have a game plan for John Roden, or did John Roden go out and just do what he knew how to do?
I had a game plan for John Roden, and no, unfortunately, my game plan wasn't prepared for Justin Idol, and my game plan was not prepared for Beastman using that bone as a foreign object.
Then you wasn't prepared then you lacked focus and you wasn't prepared for every outcome that could happen in a professional wrestling match, Ash.
Be prepared for anything.
I mean, yeah, let's face it. We've all been on the winning and losing side. We've all, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I fractured a few laws or two in my day in the ring. So, you know, it's like the voice.
So then let's go back. Let's go back to that match between Justin Idol and Brohemoth. Let's talk about Dean Radford's coaching there of Brohemoth. Let's talk about Dean Radford's game plan, not preparing for Sean Resnick.
Can we please stop talking about the past and move on?
No,
to
I'm going to talk
week.
about the past because this is a double standard. This is against me. No one was criticizing Dean Radford there. No one was criticizing Brohemoth. All the blame was on me, not even John Resnick, but me. And now guess what? The tides are turned, and where's the blame? Still on me.
All right, Dash, you can go and roll back the tape after we're done here. But if you recall, I just said a few moments ago, that's on each and every one of you coaches. That's on each and one of you team leaders to make sure your men are prepared.
Here,
men and women, I'm sorry, for your matches.
Let's play devil's advocate for a minute. Say Justin doesn't get involved in the match. Is the outcome still going to be the same? Because I feel as though that John Roden, he went into this a little too cocky, that he wasn't mentally focused on how big Beastman truly is. Beastman had the upper hand from the very beginning. So it was an upward battle for John Roden. Let's throw Justin out the window for a minute. He still doesn't get involved. Is the outcome still the same? I hate to say this. I was pushing for John Roden, but I think, yes, the outcome's still going to be the same. I think Beastman outpowered, outsmarted, and he had a definitive win over John Roden. I hate to say that, Dash, but that's truly what happened.
I'm going to fully agree with you, RPW, just by what I said. He went in with the mentality. He went in with the mentality of a John Roden match, which usually John Roden is the bigger man. That was not good strategy. Go ahead, Bob.
Would any of us besides Dash would have accompanied him down to the ring? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Paul?
This was the finals. This was the big one. If you're, you know, if there was a match he should have been at ringside for, it should have been that one.
Because Dash, if you were at ringside, you could have yelled at Roden to watch out. You know, Justin's on the ring apron, and you could have helped him out with your vocal commands. You could, because you got a big mouth, and your vocal commands would be very good.
I'm glad all of these losers are giving me coaching advice.
Let's stack resumes up, kid.
John Roden, if you're out there, John Roden, and you want to leave Dash Bennett's team, and the next time you're ever in a match, Bubba Burr will seriously walk down and be your biggest cheerleader, and I got a big mouth, and I will cheer you on to victory. There you go, Dash.
I could see somebody else quitting Dash's team.
You've got to support your people. You got to go down. You thought you had it all in the bag. That's probably why he wasn't down there.
I mean, why would you not accompany your man to the finals? I mean, Jesus.
Like I said, I don't need to explain myself to anyone.
Okay.
You never explain yourself to anybody.
Translation, I have no answer for being a dumbass.
Shithead.
Can we please move on to next week?
Oh,
Paul has a big announcement. I'm going to have a big announcement next week. And we have the very end, the title match.
Well, yeah, we will be discussing that. Area 3 is where we will be looking on to crown our Alpha King champion. Now that Area 2 is for the most part wrapped up, we will begin discussions on that type of stuff. I'm seeing a lot of emails and DMs already of people who want to be involved in Area 3. A lot of the people who have already been involved in Area 1 and 2 wanting to come back, some for redemption, some to move forward. Right now we have the Rev from Team Bubba, who is involved in, has moved on. He has won Area 1. We have Beastman, who has won Area 2. So there will be a lot of discussion as to how that's going to go down.
That's going to be something. That is David versus Goliath as we speak right now. My money's all on the Rev, but this is going to be something.
And I'm officially going to change the name of Team Idol to A Boy and His Beast. Just throwing it out there.
I like that. That's good. That's good. Also when as Area 3 comes up, in the upcoming weeks, we're going to talk about showcasing our other divisions as well. I know Area 2 really didn't do that. We did want to concentrate on the Alpha King division right now, and usually as any good promotion will do, you crown your men's division, for lack of a better term, heavyweight champion first, and then showcase the others. So we will be showcasing the Viragos and some more of the duos in Area 3. A lot of things going down. Like I said, I have some things in the works myself that's going to make Area 3.
I'm getting Tatiana Rose, right, Paul? I'm getting Tatiana Rose, right? Area 3, right?
You're going to have to tune in next week to see what that big announcement is, Bubba. So
I've been saying it for 3 weeks, Paul. I know you've been sick.
You're not getting Tatiana, will you?
Come on,
Stace. You're whining about that.
First off, Stace,
Bubba, why are you trying to take everyone from everyone else's team? Why don't you bring in
Shut up, Bubba.
everyone else?
Because Dash, if I got to go get people, I got to go spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars because I don't know the people in Pittsburgh like you guys do. Okay?
I know an excuse of a poor coach.
I can't wait until next week. I really can't, because after next weekends are going to stop taking me as such a fucking joke.
What are you talking about?
I mean, let's face facts, Bubba. You did make some bad decisions in your draft.
I did. I did.
I'm not going to deny that fact. I'm not. Yeah, you got guys who are off the reservation, and
I know.
I mean,
I'm a gambler.
You didn't exactly. You kind of stepped in a pile of it there, but so I understand your enthusiasm for trying to recruit.
I do.
Considering some of the bad choices that you made, I mean.
We're all entitled to at least one bad decision in life, and trust me, we've all done that, and I get where you're coming from, Bubba. We can talk on the side. I might have a potential opportunity that maybe we can work out something.
Okay, cool. My ears are always open.
All right. So these are some of the things that we will be talking about in the upcoming weeks here at Fight Underground as Area 2, is wrapping up. And we are looking forward to Area 3, as well as the possibility of running an actual live event for Fight Underground, hopefully as well. 2021, I know we're already a few weeks in and I haven't had a chance to be on, but I am looking to have a lot of big things come up in 2021 for Fight Underground. We are going to be expanding as much as we can. We are going to be putting out our content as we always do, and we also would like to interact live with the fans as well, because the fans so far have been fantastic as far as our social media platforms go. So as we slowly roll in here,
Opening